Okay. You ready?
I'm ready. We're rolling. They see us rolling.
They're hating. What if every song that we listened to, like, growing up, which is sad saying, listen to over growing up, like Riding Dirty, it was like very sophisticated. They see me rolling.
They're hating.
Riding dirty, like imagine.
Riding dirty.
Like very like Frasier. Riding dirty.
Stand clear of the closing. Stand clear of the closing. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. 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 Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Mi gente, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are or when you're watching this. Welcome to the twofer. And it's a twofer because not only is this a bonus episode, but it is the very first episode of the S&M Subway Chronicles. So exciting.
So exciting.
Yes. So it's the first S&M Productions, a.k.a. Shane and your girl, Michelle S&M, you nasties, S&M. So this is a new series added to the Its.mi.chelle podcast.
I wouldn't even call it the podcast. I think I would call it the Its.mi.chelle network. Because
Really?
you just have so many things going on. I don't even know if it's a podcast anymore.
Sometimes I think I have too many things going on.
You have a full-fledged network. You're Oprah.
Yeah, right.
You're Oprah.
I am not giving out cars.
You are. No, you don't have to give out cars.
not-
You giving out merch though.
Sometimes.
You give out merch.
Yeah, and speaking of merch for the holidays, I think I'm going to do a little something, something.
Ooh, I can't wait. Oh my God, we need to do an episode with the holiday merch.
What do you mean? Like,
Wearing it.
just all the holiday merch?
All the holiday merch.
We're
Because
gonna put all the holiday merch. We're gonna all wear it at the same
Yeah.
time. It's like what episode? R.I.P. Fuck New York right now because it's just so loud. R.I.P. Chandler Bing. Remember that episode where he puts
For the
on?
homie.
I know he puts on all of. Oh yeah.
For the homie.
It's just orange juice in here.
Yeah, it's just orange.
Just orange juice. Don't come for us, YouTube gods. But it's that episode where I think Joey puts on all of his clothes because he doesn't want to get up from his spot. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wear all of the merch.
And we're just going to take it off as we talk.
And then we're going to just give it away to people.
Yes,
We're going to take it off and be like, here you go. Take my sweat,
And
my blood, sweat, and
the
tears.
episode will stop right when we get to like naked. And that'd be for the Patreon.
Oh, my goodness. So as you can see, we have a plan.
She just found out now.
So I guess Shane wants this to be the Its.mi.chelle network.
It's turning into one.
So the Its.mi.chelle network introduces the S&M production of, what is it? The S&M Subway Chronicles.
Yes, the Subway Chronicles.
Yes, and this is where we tell stories, or maybe we talk about our traumas.
Subway trauma, I like that.
And not only subways, not only the subway, because it has, it's more than just the train. It's also the MTA bus. Right? So I think that we're going to call, the buscapades?
The buscapades, I like that.
So we're
The
going to switch it up.
buscapades, Yeah.
We're going to switch it up. And for right now, this is just like a monthly episode. And I think we're going to be shooting in our home away from home next month. So shout out to Blush Studios.
Blush, what's up?
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. A lot of things going on. So hopefully next month's episode will be over at Blush. So
Yes.
check us out.
Check
Look
us
at us.
out. Oh, yes.
All right. I feel like I'm doing a whole bunch of talking. Is there anything you want to say? Because I
Oh.
barely introduced you.
I think you've introduced me enough.
Did
For
I?
those
Okay.
who don't know, it's me, Shane.
That was good.
A good one.
That was good. I like that.
Yes.
I like that. I like that very much. All right. So I'm also like playing around with my sounds over here and making sure that everything is as it should be. So if I'm not paying attention, I do apologize. I don't mean it. Or maybe I do. So mi familia, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button and then go subscribe to the Its.mi.chelle podcast on YouTube and go follow us on Instagram at its.mi.chelle and make sure all the description is down below where it needs to be. So you know what you got to do. All right, so getting into it, we're going to do things a little different. So instead of setting the scene, I'm kind of just going to talk it out and segue right into it. I am not the segue queen. I am terrible at segueing shit. It'll be
It's
like...
growing. Your segue is growing.
Sometimes I'm just too direct.
True. But I think that's your charm.
Well, I appreciate that.
I think that's your charm.
Thank you. So Shane and I take public transportation because when you live in the city, it's a lot easier to take public transportation than driving. And yes, we do have a vehicle, but sometimes it's easier and it's quicker. And again, another disclaimer, I keep looking up because I can see myself. And for some reason, I feel very narcissistic today. And I keep staring at myself at the screen because the lighting is just beautiful. Thank you so much to my husband for setting it all up. And now I can't stop staring at myself. So anyway, public transportation, a lot quicker, a lot easier, and it's cheaper sometimes because now, is it the mayor's fault? I blame everything on the mayor. Fuck him.
Everything.
But I feel like, didn't he just start adding like tolls and like places that don't even make sense? Like you're going to 60th and Lexington, toll. You're like, what?
Boom, gotcha.
That makes no sense. That's like a residential area. Why?
Out of all places, right?
Whatever.
I understand 42nd Street, but 60th?
Yeah, I totally get that too. However, when we do take public transportation, there are things that we go through, not purposely, not because we want to, but because we're clearly living vicariously through others. And my puppy's sad right now.
He is very sad.
We'll be right back. As we were saying, mi gente, public transportation. We go through things, and not because we want to, but because we live vicariously through other people without consent.
Exactly.
And disclaimer, if you find any of this offensive, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes we're not for everybody, and I feel like comedy is very subjective.
Yeah.
So forget about it. You can't hang, you can't hang.
Forget about it.
Don't mean to offend you. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I thought that was a good one. That was a good response.
That was good. So we've been through a lot of stuff while taking public transportation, and now we're going to talk about it because we feel we must shed light. Right? We must. So this week's Subway Chronicle, it's brought to you by Shaney Kanobe. And I can only imagine what he was going through when he thought of this, but I can absolutely relate, although I wasn't present at that time. So Shane asked.
Doom, doom, doom.
I love that you did your own thing. Like, I don't
like
even
that?
have to add anything to
I'm
this.
working on this.
That was a moment.
It was a moment?
It was a moment. So Shane asked, have you ever looked at a child?
Can I just say it?
Okay.
Have you ever looked at the child and it looks like the Antichrist is staring at you?
No. He said, have you ever looked at a child on the train and say to yourself, yep, he's evil.
He's evil. He is evil. 100% evil.
He's evil.
He's giving you that evil eye, that evil look, and the parents are just sitting there.
So story time. Tell us what happened.
So I was sitting on a train, and I was going down because I was going to have lunch with my dad that day. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can't wait to have lunch. And it was around 10:30 it was October, and I'm on my way down, and this lady gets on the train. I'm not going to say race because, we're not going to do that, but she was of the caucus.
Caucuses of Caucusville.
Yes.
I get it.
So she gets on the train, and she's sitting down, and she's like in la la go-go land. And her child is just staring at me like...
I'm sorry.
Like he never saw a black man before in New York City.
That's aggressive.
And it was just like...
That's aggressive.
Because you got to look at the camera when you do it so the viewers can understand. It was...
Okay.
And then he started to really look at me. Like, he was looking through me at one point. Like, I was like, oh, is he is he looking at my soul?
Maybe he was.
Maybe he's looking at my soul. Maybe he sees something. This little evil shit. I never in my life saw Satan.
Okay.
But that little MF was Satan.
I think many people haven't seen Satan.
Oh, I
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
That little boy was Satan.
Interweb world out there,
Scary.
let me know. Have you seen
Scary.
Satan?
Oh my God. Just, I don't remember him blinking.
Really?
No, I really don't remember
That's
him blinking.
intense.
No. While the mother's there
Oh,
in La La Land.
wow.
I think she was listening to an audiobook.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I think Black parents, like people of color, Black, brown, Latino parents, I think we're the only ones that are always like, if you don't sit your fucking ass down, right? And as soon as you get the look, like, you're like, okay, all right, you're like this. But then, like, our kids are looking at those kids like, yo, how can you do this? How is this possible?
They get the itch, like they want to try it, but then they looking like, nah, I ain't gonna get hit.
Right. Like me, you know, like back in the day, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to the doctor's office. I want my hot dog. Once I come out of the doctor's
I want
office,
McDonald's. Like,
right.
I am being on best behavior today.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna
just
be
like
the
on the
best
train.
child
When I was
can
in the
be.
train.
So we'll make sure that's on Patreon. Don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon channel. Become a patron.
Become a patron. We want you to become a patron.
Well, you know what? I have a story too, but mine is the MTA bus. So this is a buscapade story.
Ooh,
Okay, so
buscapade.
it's pretty petrifying, and it's not Halloween, although I always joke around that when Christmas comes around, they play all the Halloween movies and they're all free. And then when Halloween is around, they play like all the Christmas lovey-dovey movies.
Yes.
Everything is like so backwards.
Yes.
And they're like, well, this is how we make money. We make them pay. And I'm just like, well, fuck it. I guess I'm going to watch.
Maybe renting movies to other networks and stuff.
Right.
Like you'll see one on Netflix, but then it'll be only on HBO.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess I'm going to watch a Christmas movie on October 31st.
Yes, exactly.
I'll be okay with that.
Exactly.
And I guess I'm going to watch Carrie on December 25th.
I love watching Elf on Halloween.
Right. It's going to be great. So I take the bus to work every morning. Every single morning, I have to take this bus. And there's this particular dad that has two boys, two sons. Okay, yeah. No. What did you say?
I said, not me.
Well, no. And this is how I subliminally tell my husband. You're so silly. However, okay, so he takes the bus every morning with his two boys. And I know these are his sons because they both call him dad. Because you also got to clarify.
You never know.
No, because,
what if they call him by first name?
Like all of a sudden, like, Mr. Brian. It's just like, well, why are you calling your dad that? That's weird.
Imagine Pete.
Right.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Pete. My daddy says.
Hey, Pete.
Okay.
Who child is
it.
that? That's my dad.
That's my dad. Well, you know what? We're going to leave that for Patreon. So they call him dad. All right. And they're the destroyers of worlds on that bus. No, they literally destroy everything. And I try to be gentle and understanding, but the Dominican usually comes out because I literally stare at them. I'm like, like, what the fuck are you doing? The Dominican in me wants to tell them, sit your ass down. Like, they be parkouring on this bus, and it's a full bus. Everybody's heading to work. They're parkouring on the bus. All right, they're acting like it's WrestleMania. They're climbing the fucking chairs.
Oh, no.
They're like one of them is on the floor, and the other one kind of just jumps in. Like, it's crazy, and elbows the other one. It is crazy. It is WrestleMania in the ring. Their little cage match when they climb the ladder. That's literally what they do.
MTA. I have a question in regards to that.
Yeah.
And I think this is a very important question. And I think it would really help us determine how we can deal with this, especially, for the listeners and viewers out there. When this situation arises, I think, especially if you live in New York City, you will go through this. Little Satan kids running around on the bus. So my question is, did the parent pay for the child to get on the bus?
So I don't think so because they're like short. Because they still do the height thing.
Those little
You know they still do the height thing though, right?
Nah,
like if you're a certain height, or people just get away with like, yeah, you're 17, but come on, you're a child.
He's a short 17-year-old.
Right. So they do like the whole height thing where it's like if they're not past a certain height, I think, where the bar is, which I think they even got rid of that bar because now they have like these plexiglass doors.
See, that's what it is.
For the drivers.
When the parents who don't pay,
yeah,
got some badass kids. But the parents who pay for the kids be sitting down quiet.
If they can even get a seat. But anyway, that's for another episode.
If they can get a seat.
Oh my goodness, it grinds my gears. Anyway, Dad is unbothered. This man is on the bus, unbothered. Nothing can mess up his morning. Sometimes he has a mug. It's not even closed. No. A mug of coffee. And he's just like, yeah. Like, he's unbothered. At first, I thought that these weren't even his kids. I was just like, wow, this guy's really comfortable with them running around him. He has a little mug and he doesn't say anything. I'm like, oh, he's a good sport. Come on, guys. And I'm like, oh, shit. Those are his kids. They're his kids. And I think they're twins because,
really?
Yeah, I think they're twins. Yeah, because, twins have been soul bonded since like the womb.
Yes.
But these twins hate each other.
Oh, man, they hate each other.
These twins hate each other. They can't stand each other. All right, fine. So anyway, I made eye contact with one of Satan's babies. And when I made eye contact, I was like, well, you know what? Maybe he's missing like something maternal in the morning. Because, sometimes it happens. And he looked at me like he hated his mother. Just like, dude, first of all, I don't even look like your mother because I'm black, right? But then I must look like the nanny. He must hate the nanny because he just looked at me like, oh, I'm really going to destroy this bus today because this fucking bitch is on the bus. And she just made eye contact. He looked like the fucking kid from The Omen. What was his name? Damien?
I think Damien.
Right? That was his name. He looked like the kid from The Omen. Like, it's so funny. Like, we made eye contact, and I was just like...
Oh, they probably go to the same daycare as little Satan on the train I was with.
And he just looked at me like this. And just, like, proceeded to destroy But it's crazy because I feel like I was the only one paying attention to this because everybody's just very, like...
I think in New York you have to turn your brain off sometime.
Oh, I can't. But how when you have Satan's children running around?
I mean, how you have so much content? Like, there's so much good stuff to catch on this train.
Listen, exactly. So you know what I'm gonna say because of the podcast or the Its.mi.chelle network, I have to pay attention to these things because this is what gives me content.
Yes.
So I can't just like shut myself off. But there's also a part of me that's a parent.
True.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Definitely. You got to get both of them little kids Dr. Those real quick.
No, and she's
just... the look. You got to give them the look.
Right. And I couldn't even, but Dad is so nonchalant with his coffee.
Question.
Yeah.
Was the dad of the caucus?
Yes. These kids were from the Caucasus of Caucusville, the highest mountains atop, with the freshest dusting of snow. It was unbelievable. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, I know sometimes, they say like our parents were aggressive, and sometimes us as parents were very kind of like stern, like, hey, we got to put the bass in our chest and in our voice. But I see why, because these children run amok. and they need guidance. And I thought that my smile might have provided a little bit of that, but no, that just made him hate me even more. He hated me. I was so scared. I thought to myself, I need to get off the next stop, but I'm not because he might trip me. And with my luck, I'll fall into traffic and die. So I'm just fuck it. I'm going to be late to work.
You might have to start recording this.
No, because, they're kids. It's always so funny. You don't want to put kids on.
Well, not the kids, but...
I wanted to record the dad, like, dude.
I think the dad would be the best part because he'll just be in La La Land.
Yeah, he'll just walk in like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
like, he was just so calm.
Those are my kids. They're expressing themselves on public transportation with everybody else.
I don't know. I would like to know what the fuck that is all about. So if people can please just send me comments, DM me, send me an email. Leave comments down below. I need to understand why does this happen? Is everyone understanding? Is this just a specific subset of people that do these things? Is everyone as annoyed as I am? If you live in NYC and you take public transportation, let us know.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
We'd like to
let us
know. Yeah. All right. So I think it's time for the message, our unsolicited advice or unsolicited message. Moist message. So my message is, and this is advice that can possibly save your life while riding New York City public transportation, okay? Don't make eye contact.
Don't make eye contact.
Don't make eye contact with the evildoers. Don't do it. You might not know it, but when you get on the train or the bus, coming from us Bronx natives, you kind of feel the aura. You know what I mean? You keep your head on a swivel. That's what we say out here. Yeah. You keep your head on a swivel because there are parents out here that just don't give a fuck. So you have to. So you have to, okay? They've given up.
They have called it quits.
It's difficult dealing with children like this, so they're like, fuck it. We're just going to take the train to the very last stop, going on either way.
Either way, fuck it.
And that'll be their timeout. Let them terrorize other adults because we're tired of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, whenever that happens, keep your head on a swivel.
Keep your head on a swivel.
And listen, it might just save your life. And if you feel like, you know what, I'm going to have to skip this stop because they might kill me.
Yes.
Be late for work.
Be late for work.
Fuck it. I love how you're just co-signing.
I have to because it's just all true. You're just hitting it right on the nail. I got a little one too.
Good. Because if you're getting off the train or on the bus and you see those little fuckers about to get off with you, forget it. Get off the next stop.
Next stop.
You're late, you're late. I know it's hard out here. There's jobs that have like no pensions. They don't give a fuck about you. No pension, no nothing. You know what? It's okay if you're 10 minutes late because it could possibly save your life.
Possibly save your life. I agree 100% with that.
What is your moist message?
My moist message.
Moist message
is a safety one. Oh, yes. And this is typically...
We love safety.
Yes. This is typically for people who are riding the trains.
Absolutely.
Right.
That deserves a hand clap. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. This message is brought to you by the safety officer, Shane.Samuels.
Safety. Going your way.
Going your way.
When the MTA is not.
But you know what? How about we only just give the safety episode for the people on Patreon? I'm just saying.
There's a lot of you that might get hurt out there, and we're very sorry.
I'm sorry.
We are very, very sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, that we have reached the end of the S&M Subway Chronicles. Yes, so excited. I'm so glad you guys sat through this. It's a shorty but a goodie.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Very good.
It's definitely bonus worthy.
Bonus worthy and ongoing bonus worthy.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in next month. Some fun shit. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, all right? And follow me on Instagram at its.mi.chelle. Everything will be in the description below as always. And like I said, we will keep, next month's episode a secret because I think it's just more fun that way.
I think so too. I agree 100%.
Yeah. And if you thought this was crazy, I'm sure it'll just get crazier. We wanted to start off a little light. Didn't want to give you too much, just a little something light.
Sunlight, but it's crazy because it's almost like an everyday thing. So if we really wanted to, we can probably give you 365 days of this. But
for sure,
we'll ease you guys in just a little bit at a time.
Right. So next month's episode will be a secret for now, but I'm sure it is something that everyone who has taken public transportation in New York City or lives in New York City, has ever been to New York City, can relate to because that's just what we do. Yes. We traumatize people.
And just have to say, if you're signed up for the Its.mi.chelle podcast on Patreon, you may get a little sneak peek into the next episode. So I'm just saying you might want to subscribe. Just saying.
That's my Robert De Niro. You might want to subscribe.
You might want to subscribe a little bit.
You might want to subscribe. And mi gente, if there's a topic that you would like for us to talk about, discuss, make fun of, all that good stuff, just make sure you DM me, email me, send me a moist message.
Moist message.
That's actually how moist message was created. But anyway, send me a voice message and let us know, because we'll make sure to talk about it. And of course, we'll make sure to shout you out. We don't want to take the credit. We want to shout you out.
Yes.
Being the intellectual individual to provide this awesome topic that you decided to talk, or you decided for us to talk about.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, Shaney Kanobe, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, not at all. But I tell you right now, I do have something to add. I'm sorry. This was amazing.
Oh.
I hope you guys enjoy. This is fun. We risk our lives every day just to give you this content.
Every fucking day.
Every fucking
you
day.
don't understand.
Oh man, no. Wait till you hear the. Oh, I was about to say something.
No,
I can't.
No.
You just gotta tune in the next episode.
You're terrible.
I am.
And with that said, S&M is out.
Peace.